August 27th, 1881, to the Honorable Chester A. Arthur. The hours of Garfield's life are numbered. Before this meets your eye, you may be president. The people are bowed in grief, but do you realize it? Not so much because he is dying, but because you are his successor. What president ever entered office under circumstances so sad? The day he was shot, the thought rose in 1,000 minds that you might be the instigator of the foul act. It is not that a humiliation which cuts deeper than any bullet can pierce? Your best friends said, Arthur must resign. He cannot accept office, with such a suspicion rests upon him. And now your kindest opponents say, Arthur will try to do right. Adding gloomily, he won't succeed, though. Making a man president cannot change him. But making a man president can change him. At a time like this, if anything can, that can. Great emergencies awaken generous traits which have lain dormant half a life. Is there a spark of true nobility in you? Now is the occasion to let it shine. Faith in your better nature forces me to write to you, but not to beg you to resign. Do what is more difficult and more brave. Reform. It is not the proof of highest goodness never to have done wrong, but it is a proof of it, sometime in one's career, to pause and ponder, to recognize the evil, to turn resolutely against it, and devote the remainder of one's life to that which only is pure and exalted. Such resolutions of the soul are not common. No step toward them is easy. In the humdrum drift of daily life they are impossible. But once in a while there comes a crisis which renders miracles possible. The great tidal wave of sorrow which has rolled over the country has swept you loose from your old mooring and set you on a mountain top alone. So, President of the United States, made such by no election, but by a national calamity, you have no old associations, no personal friends, no political ties. You have only your duty and the people at large. You are free, free to be able and as honorable as any man who ever filled the presidential chair. Your past, you know best what it has been. You have lived for worldly things. Fairly or unfairly, you have won them. You are rich, powerful. Tomorrow perhaps you will be president. And what is it all worth? Are you peaceful? Are you happy? What if a few days hence the hand of the next unsatisfied ruffian should lay you low, and you should drag through months of weary suffering in the White House, knowing that all over the land not a prayer was uttered in your behalf, not a tear shed, that the great American people was glad to be rid of you? Would not worldly honors seem rather empty then? Make such things impossible. Rise to the emergency. Disappoint our fears. Force the nation to have faith in you. Show from the first that you have none but purest aims. It may be difficult at once to inspire confidence, but persevere. In time, when you have given reason for it, the country will love and trust you. If any man says, with Arthur for president, civil service reform is doomed, prove that Arthur can be its firmest champion. Do not thrust on the people politicians who have forfeited their respect, no matter how near they may be to you as personal friends. Do not remove any man from office unnecessarily. Appoint those only of marked ability and of sterling character. Such may not be abundant, but you will find them if you seek them. You are far too clever to be easily deceived. In all your policy, have but the highest motives. With the lamp of patriotism in your hand, your feet will not be likely to stumble. Do you care for applause? Of course, you have had it, after a fashion, perhaps from the dregs of the populace, inspired by the lowest of politicians. Possibly it pleased you at the time. It may have served some purpose that you valued then. But now, in the depths of your soul, do you not despise it? Would not heartfelt God bless you, from the honest and true among your countrymen, be worth 10,000 times more? You can win such blessings if you will. Your name now is on the annals of history. You cannot slink back into obscurity, if you would. 100 years hence, schoolboys will recite your name in the list of presidents and tell of your administration. And what shall posterity say? It is for you to choose whether your record shall be written in black or in gold. For the sake of your country, for your own sake, and for the sake of all who have ever loved you, let it be pure and bright. As one of the people over whom you are to be president, I make you this appeal. Perhaps you have received many similar. If not, still believe that this expresses the thoughts in many minds, the anxieties in many hearts today, and do not grieve those who have had faith in you do not give those who have had faith in you cause for regret. Yours respectfully, Julia I. Sand.